So, give me just a second here and I'll get my ears in and a little bit of a mic so maybe you can hear me better. Let's see. Let's do this. Alright, that's connected. Now, I just kind of need to hang here and somebody shows up. You can maybe start. Well, there's somebody showed up. Can you hear me? Who showed up? Incense. Hey, Incense. Can you hear me? Sweet. Awesome. Cool. I got this Bluetooth thing, buddy. So I'm trying. Yes, all good. Awesome, guys. So, I'm out here playing in the shop a little bit. Mostly because last night was a bad night. And today I got some news that one of my college buddies just got diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. I think he said it was either prostate or colon. I can't remember. My wife is talking with them. They're out in California right now, I think. So, hey, city girl. So yeah, I've got a little bit of frustration I'm working through. So, so I've got these blanks, and they're like trifolium blanks, okay? So like the flower trifolium. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it from this triangle type shape, and I was going to play around with maybe making shamrocks out of them, but when I spread it out, that's kind of the basis for an iris. So that's kind of what I'm going to go with, and I'm going to work on spreading two of them out so I can do the cup and the lower cup for the iris petals. And yeah, if it works, it works. If not, hey, it's healthier than beating the fire out of somebody or playing the blame game with the man upstairs and questioning stuff, right? Because yeah, it's been a rough 2 days, 24 hours even, because it hasn't even been that long. But yeah, so anyway, fun times. Welcome to come along and hang. If I don't happen to see your question or comment, just, reach out and slap me, I guess, because I'm down here by myself. I don't have any company, aside from you guys. So, and I'm trying out my new tripod, and some new mic equipment. You guys say it's all sounding pretty good. Evidently, it looks, though, like you can't see anything that I'm doing on the animal. So I'm going to adjust the angle on that while this reheats. So basically, I took that first petal, knocked in the point, and spread it out. Tilt down just a little. Yeah. On it, boss. On it, boss. So come around the anvil. Sound effects, yes, they are vitally important. Okay, so you can see that, but maybe I'll move it over yonder so that you're not seeing all my mess. Oh, cripes! Here we go. Whee! Hope nobody gets seasick. Good view. My mess, yeah, real good view, huh? All right, now that said, we can also do this. And get a little closer in, like that. That. Nobody's seasick, right? Good. I didn't really care if you were or not. As long as you're not picking on me. Right? No, I care. I do care. Alright, so we're going to use the peen of that awesome hammer and handle. Just kind of stretch it out a little bit. pull it a little bit this way. Yeah. To the elevator music. Right? We would never do that, right? Oh. Okay. Going out to the slugs. Ready to make it wide. It's like this awesome jeans that some folks bust, right? Nice and big, wide. Family friendly. Okay, so what we'll do, the next heat on this pedal is, see right here where it's kind of cupped? I want to draw that out a little bit more, kind of just dome it out the opposite way instead of cupping in. I want it to, bend out or flow out. So, and then that one pedal on that will be okay. Just beat it. Tim. Oh, what did it say? Tim, if you go too long. Wow, man. To be honest, I'm not sure. About what? What aren't you sure about there, Jason? Or Robin, whoever's watching? Probably Jason. Level, giving a rip. Pull that up and shine shadow valley in the middle. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Alright, we're going to swap over to a different pedal now. And that'll let us get that tip in there. It's nice and warm there, I bet. Well, not really. Not really, Teresa. Directly inside the fire here, this area where I'm standing now, yes, that's where the heat is. And it extends about to here and stays nice and warm. But the rest of the shop stays pretty cold because it's pulling fresh air from outside in and up the hood work on this fire. So it actually pulls a lot of cold air through. It's kind of funny because the way I stay warm is I work. I swing a hammer, right? What they all say on the construction side is heat in the pools anyways. So what I'm doing is I'm upsetting and driving that point back in onto itself and moving the mass of the metal back in so that I have more of a rounded tip. I don't want anybody making the reference of what it actually looks like when it's rounded off and flattened slightly like that. That would just be totally inappropriate, right? Oh wait, it's too late. Too late to worry about that, huh? Anyway, yeah, where was it? Driving the mass back in on that so that it allows me to make it more of a rounded edge up there once I start spreading that out. Okay, get a little bit more in there. Go around. Soften that edge, I guess, a little bit. Wow, I didn't catch any teeth for that, huh? How's everybody's day been, man? And women? Everybody doing okay? I hope everybody else has had better days so far than me. Although my day didn't go too badly. Did get to sleep in a little bit this morning for my regular time, but I think part of that's because I was up till 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning dealing with a good friend's issues with them. So yeah, it's been a blast. Living the loco. Not because I have 7 kids. Oh, wow, Tim. Wow. Glad you're okay, though, Tim. Oh, goodness. How do you make a blacksmith blush? Well, first off, you can't tell he's blushing underneath all the coal dust. But secondly, have Tim come in and play. It's always a good time. Oh, let's grab some water. Oh, pull that out of the fire. Burns the dip. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Yes, I know what that is. We got 2 of the 3 pedals done. Only going to be out here playing for a little bit longer. Mama's probably getting dinner here, sort of. Not really sure what we're going to have tonight. I guarantee you it won't be leftovers from last night, though, because there weren't any. Not a single freaking bit, man. I love 900 little steel pot rock in the back there, special. You feel like magic. Look, that's not a wart. That'd be a blister. Whole skin, they say nothing but it. Really thought I'd have seen Teresa Dean pop in here already. She's been giving me crap all day. I thought myself, yay, girl, gosh, I'm not listening. Okay. That was not. Notification is coming through on that. First one in my earrooms. There we go. So, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and do some texturing on some of these. 'Cause this one I think is going to be the upward bent pedal because it's a little narrower in some of the spots. And, it'll make it interesting. Totally different from that other gigundo-sized flower I made the other day. Which is actually sitting right here. It's got Purple Heart sawdust, grinder dust all over it. But yeah, fun. It's massive. It weighs like 10 pounds, it feels. Look at the light going on over here. I'm running them out. Par for the course. Par for the course. Does anybody have any questions for me? Why I'm doing things or anything else? While I'm puffing and puffing. Stretch. Set it on top of the fire so you can actually watch the heat. Not burn. Piece of meat too. So, man, I really gotta save up and get me a better camera. So that's got that pedal textured, and what's gonna happen is I'm gonna actually raise it up like this from the back side so that that texture shows. Let's go to another pedal here. You guys are awesome, by the way. Saturday evening, 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever time it is, I'm not sure now. I'm sure you got better things you could be doing than watching me play around in a fire. But thank you for watching. Good little orange sheet there. Send it in. There's two down. Oh boy. So this thing's funny on. But, tell me who just came in. No. Oh, okay. Well, we got a few people still watching me. Pitter and putter. That's cool. At least I'm not all by myself. Must have been Mrs. She likes to pop in and not say who she is or what she's doing. So, there we have one set, and that is going to get bent in this orientation so that those leaves kind of, when I put it with the other one, that'll curl in the opposite direction. It creates those nifty iris petal type look to it. If I don't burn it up in the triangle. That's a movie for you to go see. Fifth Element. My favorite line from the whole speaking thing comes right there at the beginning. Aziz, light. Luke Perry, who just passed. Aziz, light. So, if I am just teetotally boring, folks, please tell me, and I'll go on somewhere. But otherwise, let me know what you think so far. Okay, so can you see that? Of course not. Here we go. So there is kind of the upper petals. This one that I'm holding with the pliers, I need to bend in just ever so slightly more. And it has a hole through there. I'm going to do another one that kind of goes down where this one goes up, maybe a little less so. It might get squished a little further in. But yeah, just for kicks and giggles. Almost like a jingle bell. Oh my. I'm sure I can do that same thing and make it into a jingle bell, but yeah, that's not what we're doing tonight. Alright, so one down. Set that in here to cool. Put the other one out with the tongs. Yep. Here. That's the most important step. Always got to rub it. Okay, these guys, let's look at your texture. If this wasn't mild steel, it would not be getting beat on really at this heat. It'd have to be a whole lot hotter for the high carbon steels. With the non-ferrous stuff, so you've got your brass, your bronze, your copper, all that stuff. It's got a whole lot lower silver, a whole lot lower melting temperature and malleable temperatures than steel does. So you can't get it as hot. And generally, you can't work it as long either. Backwards. Backwards. Hillbilly, I've lived in Virginia for 17 years plus now. I don't have enough of an accent, so I have to hillbilly up. Oh, no. The aphids got it. Oh well. Can't have everything, so especially when I'm doing a flower, anytime I get it too hot and it burns up a little bit, the ants or the aphids get it. Cheats and gets a little bit more look-alike about it too. I am not going to be on here so long as to overlap over Jason and Robin's show tonight. I'm just going to be here for another 15 minutes maybe to get the shape and textures and all that I want. And then I'm going to head to the house. You know? Alright, shut up, because I haven't seen any comments in a little bit. Who's still in here with me? Peanut butter is a doctor in the house. Let's resuscitate the mouse. Okay. Alright, Charlie Brown. I guess it'll do it. I'm talking myself. Oh well. Says I got 2 people. 4 thumbs up and 2 people. Okay. Okay, Frank, tell me who it is. Three people in here now. Okay. Heavenbound Homestead. You are in here. Awesome, man. Or ma'am. I can't tell, my pictures of your profile pic there are too small on this little tiny phone. But hey, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for keeping me company too. In case you're wondering what we're making, I am really just playing along, trying to blow some steam off and make something a little pretty. Had a bunch of crap hit us here at the house today and yesterday and last night. So I figure we'll beautify the world and the situation around us a little bit, you know? So we have set that right there. This will kind of sit on top like that. And we have a little iris blossom there. Let me pull you out of the holster here and let y'all see that. Okay, let's see, can I flip it around? I can. All right, so kind of fun little shape there going on. So what's going to happen after supper at this point is I am going to make up a stem, probably out of, we're probably going to go out of 3/8 stock, round or square, and I'll take it round. But that will make the stem, that will make the stem of the flower. And I'll take a piece of this small angle iron. I think it's like 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch angle. And I will, like on the other flower, I will take and do a nice leaf coming off of that. How hot does the forge have to be to get the metal hot enough to work with? Oh, okay. So most metals, to get to the point that I can move it easily, they are getting into the right in around 1600 degree range. Let's flip this around so I'm not just walking all over the place here. And we'll do this. I'll adjust this a little bit. Sorry if I make you a little ill while I do my movements. But okay. So in order to move the metal like that, it's got to be a dull red at the coldest, and then up from that. So for mild steel, which is most of what I work, you're talking an operating range from, well, to be safe, we'll say 1200 degrees up to 1800 degrees. 2000, it starts getting into the yellows. Higher than that, you've got your dull red, your orange, your yellow. Then you've got a white heat. That white heat is what's called welding heat, and you're up there. You're 2800 degrees, all the way up to about 3200, depending on what material you're working on. It will start sparking and burning, and that's actually burning the carbon out. It's not something you normally want to have happen. Now, sometimes when you're smelting steel and smelting iron and making it into steel, that can be helpful, but most of the time you want it at a high enough heat, in that yellow to white range, where it's not burning, but it's still, all the pores of the surface are open enough that some of the carbon in the fire can migrate into the steel and actually take it from a ferrite into a steel. And there's all kinds of chemical makeup difference on it, different types of metals based on the carbon content. But yeah, it's fascinating. It really is. Do you have any other questions right before I sign out? Here, guys. I've been on for almost 45 minutes now, and just really playing with this. But I think dinner's ready now, so we're gonna cut it off and head on home. So thank you guys for watching and stopping in. Thank you for being with me and spending some time. Drop me a comment if once this posts and actually sets up. And it's over 100 years old. Will it be okay to use it? Yeah, absolutely. Most of the anvils that I have, this one's pretty old. It's over 100 years old. It's in the 120-pound range. At the historic site, I've got one that's a not Civil War, just before the Civil War. So it's pretty old. It really depends on the condition of the anvil. Did it blink out? Somebody tried to call me. Sorry about that. But
So what I was saying was about the age of the anvil. That part's not so much important. What's more important is the condition of the anvil. If it's got a nice flat surface, um, even if it's just 2 or 4 inches square or cubed, it could still be a usable anvil. The thing that you're really looking for on anvils, World War I. Okay, okay, it's definitely usable. It's probably a cast steel anvil rather than like say the Peter Wright's anvils, which are a wrought iron body with a tool steel face. But I don't know, just from that little bit of information, I would say that it'd probably be very usable. Um, this anvil, and let's see, do we still have heat in it? Yes, we do. Let me pull this out and off the anvil and let you actually take a good look at our anvil here. This one is covered with tar, so it should be great underneath after I get it off. Absolutely. And one of the best things, if you can do it with just a scrub pad or a Scotch-Brite, that would do real well for removing that. Most of that stuff, it's almost, with age, it has hardened up quite a bit like paint. But you should be able to still get it off with a little bit of WD-40, maybe some paint thinner or lacquer like that, and a scrub bud SOS pad or a stainless steel pad would probably be maybe a little bit too aggressive, but you should still be good. Let me flip you around and show you this anvil. When I talk about condition of the anvil, this one, these corners have been beat up and they're broken, really. But that's okay because you really want just a slight rounding to the corners of the anvil. Both sides on this one are usually, you have one side of the anvil that is rounded and one side that is crisp, a very nice hard square. What I have here is, if I want a square edge, I've got to use this area here, the heel of my anvil. But aside from that, this one I paid right at $3 a pound for, and it was in some fairly bad shape when I got it. I've had it for 16, 17 years almost, and I've put a lot of use on it. Right now, let's see, you can see that the surface here is pretty solid and straight across the top there. But it's also Peter Wright. See, this is a tool steel face that's been welded on. The rest of this body, there's a forge weld that happens right in here. And then, so this body foot area here, it's actually wrought iron. This is wrought iron. The horn is usually wrought, or a softer steel, with a plate that comes in and welds onto there. Sometimes it depends on who the manufacturer is, but most of this is just a soft iron mass with a hard surface face on it. And what that does is it saves the surface of the metal of the anvil a lot better. But basically, if you're hard up for an anvil, a beginner anvil to learn with would be great. Would be Railroad Track or the Harbor Freight anvils. I'm not such a fan of the Harbor Freight anvils. They are cast iron, and they will break and crack like no tomorrow. But yeah. Anyway, I just got a text. My wife says dinner's ready, so I got to run, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me. I do hope, flipping around here, I do hope that, I gave you some information to help. And if you have other questions, just leave them in the comment box after this posts, and I'll get back to you. Shoot, I'm going to sneeze.
All right. Anyways, y'all have a great weekend. And we'll catch you on the next video. And there should be at least a live stream sometime happening this coming week. So just if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button if you're not, and the bell so that you get the notifications, that would be amazing. And thank you for hanging out with me. Y'all have a great weekend and be highly blessed. Thanks. Bye.